Thank you, Russ, and a very good evening from Mission Impossible 2, the unfeasible sequel to the extraordinary original from 2017, when Barcelona conjured up a fight back that stretched the bounds of credulity and reality. 4-0 down after a Parisian nightmare, they led 3-0 in the second leg before conceding to Everton Cavani, a goal that left them needing another 3 to go through. That was still the way of it as the clock ticked into the 88th minute. But a Neymar double set the stage for Sergio Roberto. 6-1 Barcelona, 6-5 on aggregate, as the world shook its head in amazement to an overture of Parisian tears, marvelling in the Catalan comeback to end them all. But if they pull this off, it would be arguably even more extraordinary. This time, they have to mastermind the miracle on foreign soil on the night when they have to score at least 4. And to put that in perspective, PSG haven't conceded 4 in a match at the Parc des Princes for 14 years. That same season was the last time that Barcelona failed to reach the Champions League quarter-finals, more than 630 Lionel Messi goals ago. As he takes the field at the Parc des Princes, that proud record seems destined to end in what could conceivably be his final European appearance for the club. Parisian revenge for 2017 is all that's being talked about. If it doesn't materialise, it'll be one of the most celebrated nights in Barcelona history. PSG lineup with Keylor Navas in goal, Florenzi, Marquinhos, Kimpembe and Cazao at the back 4, Gay, Paredes and Verratti in midfield, Draxler, Icardi and Mbappe up front. Barcelona, Ter Stegen in goal, Dest, Mingueza, Longley and Jordi Alba, De Jong, Busquets and Pedri, Dembele, Messi and Griezmann as the forward 3. David Connolly sat alongside me here watching the game from our studio monitors in London. David, just give us an insight into how Ronald Koeman is going to be approaching this.
Well, I mean, he's got to go for it, obviously, but with a bit of caution as well, because he obviously knows from the first leg and from obviously PSG's performances since that game and prior to that how dangerous they are on the counter-attack. So I thought they pulled them apart, pulled them to pieces really in that first leg. The damage was done there, but they need to keep it tight but also offer a threat, and that'll be the challenge for them.
Barcelona have eliminated PSG in all previous Champions League meetings between the two sides in the knockout stages. But there, you think there's a changing of the guard. Barcelona in their change kit of all yellow with red flashes down the front, and PSG in their customary dark blue with the red and white stripe. English officials tonight, it's Anthony Taylor, who is fresh from the Manchester derby, who's the man that takes charge. He took charge of PSG's win against Atalanta in the quarterfinals last season, as they aim to make it through to the quarterfinals again. Barcelona hoping to do that for a 14th successive season. Their last failure back in the 2006-07 campaign. This the first time since then that they haven't won the group. And is that going to be costly? Referee just waiting for the signal to get the game underway. Will be Barcelona that will kick off, and they're kicking from right to left. Well, the first target for them, scoring the 4 goals that they need. Anything less than 4 tonight and they are eliminated. And as I mentioned, the last time that PSG conceded 4 goals in a game at home was against Hapoel Tel Aviv back in November 2006. That night, PSG scored twice themselves, so even that scoreline wouldn't be good enough for Barcelona this evening, who are in possession, and they bring it forward with the Frenchman Clement Longley. A sliding challenge coming in through the midfield. Busquets trying to rescue it, and Verratti is in there, tigerish into the challenge as always, and the free kick is given, and it goes Barcelona's way. Inside the first minute, it's PSG 0, Barcelona 0, 4-1 to the Parisians on aggregate, and it's on TalkSport 2.
Well, this is interesting. Even from the kick-off, Griezmann started right wing. As soon as the ball went back to his centre-half, he went immediately to the middle of the pitch, and he is so close to Dembele. Here he is, just picking up the ball outside the box.
And he's about 5 yards outside the penalty area, just trying to twist and turn and get it through. Julian Draxler able to poke it away. Icardi's touch not the best, is seized upon easily in the midfield by the retreating Messi, and it's played back through by Pedri out towards the right hand side for Serginho Dest. Dest's ball back through to Pedri. He's worked inside his own half of the centre circle for the youngster Mingueza, just 21 years of age. Big night for him in what's been his breakthrough season in the Barcelona first team. Played nearly 30 games though in all competitions over the course of the campaign. PSG win it back and smuggle it with Florenzi, the Italian right back to his goalkeeper, the Costa Rican Keylor Navas, and then it's turned over the top, and an opportunity for Kylian Mbappe to have a first run at the ponytailed Mingueza. Just works it around the corner for Verratti, whose left-footed ball inside the box is deflected behind, off Mingueza, and out of play for the first corner, which goes PSG's way inside the opening couple of minutes, 0-0.
Yeah, this is a challenge they'll have, when the ball turns over Barcelona, with Dest so high, almost as a winger. Griezmann's coming in field, he's very tight to Messi, same with Dembele, so very narrow those three, but I think what they're trying to do is just get another player in between the lines as well as Messi.
So this first corner will be taken by Julian Draxler on the PSG left-hand side. Swung it towards the near post, and it's come high off ahead of Marquinhos and straight out of play for a goal kick that will be taken by Barcelona. 2.5 gone. It is 0-0. The last home defeat that PSG suffered by a scoreline that would eliminate them was when Auxerre beat them 4-0 in a French Cup tie in February 2001. Playing at centre-half that day, Mauricio Pochettino. Well, Barcelona need a better result than each of PSG's last 503 home opponents at the Parc des Princes. So, no pressure. Here's Mbappe. Trying to find a way through down the left-hand side, and he's blocked off Mingueza, out of play for a throw that has been taken quickly, and Mingueza engages with Mbappe again, who ends up on the deck, just holding his right knee, and his upper leg just below the knee. Just got caught from behind there by Mingueza, and Dest was very quickly on the scene as well, but Mbappe's all right. He's back on his feet, and it's a free kick which will be taken right on the left-hand touchline, level with the edge of the penalty area.
Well, this is similar sort of area to where Ken scored, in terms of, it's out wide, close to the sideline. And obviously Paredes has got brilliant delivery. This time it's Draxler that's on it.
And he prepares to swing it in right-footed. 6 in dark blue around the edge of the penalty area, all making differing runs. Icardi trying to get into the near post area. It's taking a little flick from Gana Gay on its way through, and straight out of play for a goal kick which will be taken by Ter Stegen. But inside the opening 4 minutes, PSG taking the game to Barcelona as best they can, which was always likely to be the tactic. But Dembele has done well, gets towards the byline, checks, faced up by PSG defenders. He's pulled it back for Messi, whose left-footed shot was blocked right in front of him. Marquinhos just stood in the way and turned and got his back to it, and he goes out of play for a throw. But early signs of promise as far as Dembele is concerned down that left-hand side of the penalty area for Barcelona, who've maintained possession from the throw. They've worked it back for Longley. Now Frenkie de Jong, back for Busquets. Busquets chipping it forward out to the right-hand touchline. An opportunity for Dest to work it back into a more central position for Busquets. The referee just getting in the way of Messi for a moment, who's able to bring it under control. Finds Busquets again. Out to Griezmann on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Busquets trying a little right-footed clip ball inside the box, and a cushion header from Florenzi just allows Navas to come out and take control of the situation on the edge of his 6-yard box, and he's got it out very quickly, whacks it forward. De Jong backpedaling, just aided Mingueza there, who had Mbappe running at him to try and get on the end of the loose ball, but it was slightly overhit, if anything, by Navas, and they've been able to get it away. Now Dest will be able to take on Cazorla and beat him, and the Americans pulled it back for Dembele. On the edge of the penalty area is Messi. Can't get into a shooting position, but can feed Jordi Alba, whose left-footed cross is blocked. Hits Florenzi, back out for Jordi Alba, and he's picked up by Longley. Now Pedri chipping in inside the penalty area, and that's headed away and out for a corner by the retreating Layvin Cazorla.
Yeah, a couple of really good attacks here from Barcelona. I might question Navas in terms of they've been under a little bit of pressure, and rather than killing the game and taking your time and waiting till your side gets up the pitch, he tries to play the early delivery, the longer ball, and it wasn't really on. Barcelona win back possession. Dest show good, turn the pace down the right wing. They've got a corner, so Navas, just I think you've got to time it when you're going to release it here, especially if you're under pressure.
First Barcelona corner in towards the near post, and Busquets with a flick that wasn't as potent as he'd hoped. Goes across the face of goal and ends up just going over the bar and out of play for a goal kick. 0-0, still 0-0 as well between Liverpool and RB Leipzig at the game that's taking place at the Puskás Arena tonight. That's 2-0 to Liverpool on aggregate from that first leg. And in the Championship, They're in the second half, the 7 o'clock kickoff. Barnsley in 6th at the start of the night, taking on Derby County at Oakwell. Barnsley looking for an 8th straight win, and that one goalless still, as it is in the game that we're concentrating on tonight at the Parc des Princes. As the ball is played down towards the left-hand touchline for Jordi Alba to work it forward, and it's knocked away easily by Marquinhos. Threaded through, though, towards Dembele, who will take it on. Tries to get away from Kazawa's challenge. He's fouled him, and it's a free kick and a yellow card. The free kick will be taken in the central position, about 8 or 9 yards outside the penalty area.
Well, this all starts with Navas again. They had a goal kick from the corner where, Busquets got too much on the flicker and it's a goal kick. Now, what do you think you do? Well, if you're going to try and play out and he gives it to Kimpembe, one thing you don't want to do is obviously receive it straight back in the 6-yard box, and that's exactly what happened. He kicked it straight off the pitch. Barcelona get a throw, they dominate possession. Before you know it, a couple of passes later, Dembele's won a free kick on the edge of the box, and that all starts with Navas. He's made a couple of, wrong decisions in the games, and he's probably got away with them. He made one in the first leg where he actually whacked it off Griezmann, who nearly scored, and he's made 2 already. So not the best start from PSG in terms of, look, you're winning, show a bit of confidence about yourself.
So first real concrete side of goal for Lionel Messi. 658 times the goal scorer for Barcelona.
They've got a man lying down behind the wall as well. PSG just to stop that one going under, as we saw yesterday, didn't we, with Porto.
Navas happy that he's got the wall in the right place. It's pretty central, 25 yards out, and Messi curves it over the bar. Navas took 3 hasty steps to his left-hand side. Probably would have had it covered had he just been dipping into the top right-hand corner. Got the angle right, but not quite the elevation. And a first chance survived as far as PSG are concerned. Still 0-0, 9 gone. Yeah,
well, now we've got another goal kick. Let's see if Navas can get this one right. Well, he's gone long, which I think is a sensible thing to do, but not straight to Busquets. His delivery has been shocking so far.
Busquets seizing upon the possession in the midfield, gets it back and then chips it over the top there. Trying to get Dest forward down the right-hand side. The former Ajax man can't make too much ground. And it's cleverly turned around the corner by PSG's Julian Draxler in the midfield. Verratti looking for the run of Mbappe, couldn't find him. One back by Pedri. Pedri, still only 18, the player that they signed from Las Palmas in the summer in a €5 million deal, and it looks money extremely well spent. PSG get it back and then give it away just as quickly as Paredes' touch was loose. Messi darts past the first player, drops it at the feet of Griezmann, continues his run forward. He doesn't get the return pass. Then Dembele will chase a ball that is laid back for Navas, who whacks his right foot through this and gets it over halfway, where Mingueza can bring it under control for Barcelona. Had the better of it in the early stages. 10 gone. It is 0-0. No sign really of the first of the 4 goals that they have to score tonight. Busquets finding Pedri. Work down towards the left flank for Jordi Alba. And his left-footed ball forward over the top is an absolute peach, brought down by Dembele. Left-footed shot from him, but didn't get the power. Got himself into a good position, but it was an easy save for Navas, slamming away to his left-hand side, and it shouldn't have been.
Yeah, not the best connection here from Dembele, but a lovely little ball in behind, just over the head of Florenzi. And it's been a really good start from Barca, but I think they've been helped by PSG, who've been really sloppy so far. They've turned the ball over so many times. There they go again, straight back into the hands of Barca. Just able to get a foothold in this game.
Are playing, dare I say it, DC, like a side who know that they've got this massive cushion and just haven't got going as yet. Almost a question of it feeling like a formality, notwithstanding the fact that they're playing against Barcelona. But that's a better touch in the midfield from Gay. Good sliding challenge. Linked up well by Verratti. Played out to the left-hand side for Kylian Mbappe. Works it inside his own half for Kazawa. Paredes then has to slide in, and then a second time slid in to regain possession after it had been lost. That's another illustration of Parisians just having a slight fragility in possession in the early stages so far tonight. Florenzi's got it now. He works it in field for Draxler. And then it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper, Navas, who again puts his right foot through it. Doesn't get a halfway this time, and Busquets is there just waiting to field it. And he can work it to his right-hand side for Messi, who will have the opportunity to run at Paredes. Lays it out towards Dest. And the youngster back down the inside right channel for Messi's run, who's forced away by Kimpembe. Back it goes for Busquets. Busquets turning in possession, getting away from Verratti. Messi unleashes one that's blocked, gets it back again on the edge of the area and goes down trying to buy a free kick. Referee Taylor saw that for what it was, and PSG can break. And when they break, they get bodies forward quickly, as you can imagine. Mbappe's done well to hold it up and maintain possession. Barcelona have kind of got the shake back behind the ball as Marquinhos brings it forward inside the penalty area. Little backheel flick almost found Draxler, who would have been in a shooting position had it gone into his stride. But as it is, Barca can bring it away with Griezmann. It's extraordinarily stretched. Dembele towards the edge of the area, right-footed shot, and it's a crucial bit of defending right at the last from Kimpembe, who came in and lunged just as Dembele was preparing to unleash, and that put him off enough to make sure that he missed the target.
Oh, he should have done better here, Dembele. I mean, he's gone for power. Koeman turns around in disgust. They had a 3-on-3 there on the turnover, and he didn't make the most of it. Dembele came on the inside. He had Messi to his right-hand side. He could have laid it on a plate for him. Instead, went for goal himself, and he just blazed it over the bar. I mean, if I've got to say, it's been a really, really good start here from Barcelona.
Their record away from home this season impressive. 20 away games in all competitions. They won 15 of them and have averaged more than 2 goals a game. They've scored 3 times as many on the road as they've conceded, as near as makes no difference. And they need to score at least 4 times as many tonight just to get the game into extra time. 4-1 to Barcelona would take it into extra time, but they have to score 4. Ball out of play for a throw that will be taken by Florenzi. The Italian with a gloved left hand just motioning to his teammates just to try and calm things down. Try and take the sting out of this impressive early Barcelona start. Here on TalkSport 2, Jim Proudfoot and David Connolly talking you through the action. You're listening to PSG against Barcelona in the Champions League with Music Magpie, the UK's #1 phone recycler. Get cash for your tech the smart way. Florenzi's ball forward into Gay from the throw. Deflects away off Pedri and out of play for another throw, which Florenzi will take. 0-0.
Yeah, and every time this throw has gone out, he's been in no rush to get the ball back, or when they've thrown the ball towards him, he's let it run past his body. So already you can see that mindset of let's run the clock down, which is a dangerous one, and that's how they've started here. They haven't started very well, PSG, at all.
Griezmann. Busquets now, literally just walking past the ball in the midfield so that Messi could take over. And Longley in his white boots comes forward, the French centre-half, working out towards Jordi Alba. Back to Pedri. Pedri midway between the halfway line and the edge of the PSG box. Drops it short at the feet of Frenkie de Jong. And play back once more for Longley to Pedri. Only diminutive, the teenager. A round-shouldered running style. Collecting the ball. Just lending it to Messi, getting it back. Griezmann now takes over towards the edge of the penalty area. Dembele with a little flick. Busquets sliding in for that with Kurzawa, who's already on a yellow card. He won that cleanly enough. And then Icardi will flick it out towards the touchline, knowing that Mbappe's pace has got every chance of getting in there first. 15 gone, 0-0. Mbappe getting away from Busquets. Powder puff challenge, clipping it inside the penalty area, but Icardi made a near post run and the ball went deeper than that. And Jordi Alba will be able to bring it away.
Yeah, it's unlucky, really good skill there from Mbappe. And when they turn the ball over, it's always down that side, isn't it? The left of Barcelona where Mbappe's lurking. But again, you know, they haven't really retained it. A couple of passes and they turn the ball over. It's a good ball in the box, but they're so deep, PSG, that there's no one really in there apart from Icardi. Draxler was trying to get in there, but they're far too deep, PSG, so they can't actually catch up with Mbappe.
Still 0-0 between Liverpool and RB Leipzig. 2-0 Liverpool lead that one on aggregate, hoping for a place in the quarter-finals. Porto already through, Borussia Dortmund through as well. Both of them had their moments last night where it could have gone the other way. Here's PSG making their way forward now with Mbappe towards the edge of the area, but that's of little consequence. A low skidding shot that Ter Stegen's got time just to get down on his knees and bring the ball comfortably into his body. 0-0.
Yeah, it's risk and reward again for Barca, because obviously Dest is so high, playing like a winger, just allows Griezmann to come in field, but when it does turn over, it means Mbappe's 1v1 against Mingueza, and they've really got to get back quickly. And you just think there still could be a goal, although as obvious as it is for Mbappe out on that side, but there's a lot of space for him.
Griezmann forward towards Serginho Dest near the corner of the penalty area. Griezmann, the blonde-haired midfielder. Works out towards the left-hand side for Jordi Alba. Flick round the corner inside the box for Pedri's run. He pulls it back and it's cleared by Kimpembe and out of play for another corner, which will be taken on the Barcelona left-hand side this time. Their second. Camera pans to Neymar, not in the position because of his thigh injury to take any part tonight. Neymar, a man who scored 105 goals for Barcelona. Not able to feature against his former club this evening as the ball is clipped inside the penalty area. It was Mingueza that attacked it and he didn't get a clean contact with his header 6 yards out. It just took a touch, I think, off Gallagher's head on the way through and he goes out of play for another corner, but that was a chance.
Yeah, it's a good ball in. I mean, they took it short, Barcelona. They're not the biggest, are they?
Messi takes this one, whacks it inside the penalty area, taking the aerial route this time, and free kick has been given for a push by Longley, who's in there attacking it. And it's a free kick which will be taken by PSG on the edge of the 6-yard box. And again, they worked it forward quite quickly.
Yeah, and I think that's the wrong call from Navas because, you know, it goes up to, I mean, Icardi's just shrugging his shoulders there saying, what are you doing? Because, you know, it comes up to him, he's outnumbered and they lose possession again.
And Dembele has it. Another sight of goal. Better save this time from Navas. It had to be a strong left hand. Get down early and beat away an effort that was arrowing towards the bottom right-hand corner. But another sight of goal for Barcelona. PSG have not got going. And seemingly they haven't quite got the tactics right either so far. Now they'll be able to break. Verratti making his way forward. Mbappe to his left. He had Draxler in space to his right, but he couldn't find him. It was cut out easily by Longley. And Griezmann and then Mingueza can work it out towards the right-hand touchline for Dest, who finds Messi, and he's got time and space to turn in the midfield and bring it forward over halfway. Works it down towards Dest again. Dest onto his left foot. Didn't fancy the shot on that weaker side. Messi flicks it on inside the penalty area. Muted claims for handball as the pass took a deflection off Kimpembe before it found Dembele. And PSG can bring it away, and then they've given it away again. Sliding challenge comes in from Kimpembe on the edge of his own penalty area to get it clear. Now Verratti playing it back inside his own box. Kimpembe with a hurried clearance. Barca trying to win it back with Mingueza, who are able to do it. Claims that it should have been a free kick, nothing given. Barca have it again on the right-hand side of the PSG penalty area. Ball work forward. Griezmann, no flag against him as he works it inside the penalty area. It's cleared out for Busquets. Jordi Alba flicks it back. Longley drives it in left-footed. That one headed away by Kazawa on the edge of the penalty area with an opportunity for PSG to try and make ground upfield, but they can't get very far. Being hemmed in at the moment. Busquets making his way forward. Griezmann with the ball round the corner. Dest has got Dembele in space inside the penalty area. Can't find him. Ball went back for Busquets. Griezmann clipping it in. Kazawa can head that away, but only to Busquets. Busquets fires another cross in. This one a looping one, which Florenzi can head clear. Pedri picks up the pieces. Busquets then for Longley. De Jong links it up. Busquets again. Options ahead of him. Feeds it to his left for Pedri. Pedri for Jordi Alba. To Messi. Little give and go around the edge of the penalty area. Griezmann on the D trying to turn. His ball forward ricochets off the nearest Parisian defender, loops up into the night sky, and eventually PSG can clear their lines with Draxler, and it goes out of play for a Barcelona throw. Some respite, because this is one-way traffic.
Not for very long, though. I mean, they've got it back, and, you know, they've just looked so sloppy so far. I mean, there's no intensity to the game from PSG. I mean, they're closing the ball down sort of half-heartedly, and they can't get up the pitch. They're stuck in and around their box, and Barcelona, it's just a question of, you know, can they break them down? They've got a wall of blue in front of them, you know, can they unlock it somehow? Dembele's had a couple of strikes from distance, but have they got something? Can they work it just a little bit closer to the goal?
Griezmann playing it 4-4, Messi. Messi, who's starved of service in the first leg, hasn't been so far tonight. As he works it in towards Jordi Alba, Marquinhos blocks the cross, and it goes out of play for another Barcelona corner, which is their fourth. And they'll be taken on the left flank. They've tended to work these short so far. Pedri races over to take this one. He has the option of a short one to Messi, which inevitably he takes. Back for Pedri again. High ball in, too high for everybody, and it'll just drift straight through. And out of play for a goal kick, which will be taken by PSG. Almost midway through the first half. And here on TalkSport 2, it remains PSG 0, Barcelona 0. But it is all Barcelona so far. Here's David Connolly.
I mean, he's probably had the best chance of the game, Dembele. He's a really good strike, low down. Navas got down well, to be honest. That's probably the best thing he's done all game so far. And I guess Dembele gives him that, right? I mean, he's got that pace to threaten the back line. It just allows Griezmann to come in the little pockets and Messi to come in the little pockets. But they do need that player to run in behind. And I guess at what point will the likes of Longley just commit forward? We saw Koundé do that for Sevilla in terms of, they needed a goal, so they broke forward and there was holes and spaces and Dortmund exploited them. At what point will Barca risk a little bit more, push their centre-halves up a bit higher?
Now Busquets playing it out towards the right-hand side where Dest can pick it up and have a run at Kazawa. The angle is tight and he's hit the bar. Navas getting his hands up to it, flicked it onto the frame of the goal. Serginho Dest coming closer than anybody to giving Barcelona the lead.
Terrific strike here from Dest. Look, destined for the top corner, to be honest. Really good tip onto the bar from Navas. When he's been called upon with his hands, he's done really, really well. And he's been excellent, I think, Dest, so far. He's got this position almost like a wing-back, isn't he? Playing very, very high.
He's only scored the one goal for Barcelona so far, which came in this competition against Dinamo Kiev. He's only inches away from giving Barca a deserved lead there. It remains 0-0. Dest has it again. Back for Messi. Skirting around the challenger, Draxler. And just tried to bulldoze his way through the penalty area off the ball, but Kimpembe made sure he didn't get too far. And Frenkie de Jong, who's just dropping deep and sweeping up behind the centre-halves on occasion, does exactly that and finds Pedri, and Pedri's ball over the top, finds Dembele. Dembele's ball inside the box. On the slide was Messi. He just couldn't reach it, and it drifts through down towards the right-hand touchline where Dest will be able to keep it alive for Barcelona. Back towards Pedri. Chip down towards Jordi Alba. His ball inside the penalty area. Messi tries the spectacular overhead kick. Got it all wrong. It looped up towards goal. It was a shot on target, but little more. But had he been able to get on the end of that cross moments ago from Dembele, it would have been 1-0. It feels as though it's only a matter of time before the Catalans take the lead.
Absolutely, and Dembele, he could be the deciding factor on this ball in. It's just slightly in front of Lionel Messi. It's the right idea. He put a lot of pace on it, but maybe if he was a little bit taller Messi, or he just took something off the cross. But again, they fashioned another really good chance.
There was some pass from Pedri as well to play Dembele in. Well, it's obviously a big part of the Koeman game plan so far from what we've seen, that they fancy that Dembele's pace will be able to cause Florenzi problems, and they're trying to isolate him against the Italian and get him between him and Marquinhos whenever they can. It's a tactic that's working well.
Yeah, another tactic that's working well is just de Jong just dropping in between the two centre-halves. They can go a little bit higher. That then pushes the two sort of wing-backs higher. Dest and Alba, they become wingers in effect, knowing that they've got the security of de Jong, and he can spread the play as well.
Busquets plays it forward for Dest. Verratti can knock it away. Verratti just getting the better of Messi. Good little 1-2, and then they try and get Mbappe going down the left-hand side. It was pulled back by Mingueza, who gets a yellow card.
Ooh. I mean, did he really need to pull Mbappe back there? He's not even over the halfway line here, Mbappe, but obviously Mingueza knows how deadly he can be on the run. We saw Piqué do this, didn't we, in the first leg? Grab Mbappe's shirt. This time it's the front of the shirt from Mingueza. And he's defended well against him so far. I've got to say, he's been aggressive, he's been tight. Just got to make sure that he gets players to come back and cover him as well.
0-0, 25 gone. 4-1 to PSG on aggregate. Barcelona making a fist of it. 0-0 between Liverpool and Leipzig. The Reds still 2 up on aggregate. Still 0-0 between Barnsley and Derby, with 20 minutes played in the second half at Oakwell. We've got more live action for you tomorrow. A double bill of Europa League action here on TalkSport 2 as Rangers go to Slavia Prague and Arsenal take on Olympiacos in Greece. And over on TalkSport, a 5:55 kickoff from Old Trafford. Dean Ashton alongside me for Manchester United against AC Milan. All of that for you tomorrow. Friday night is Blackburn-Brentford here on TalkSport 2. A 7:45 kickoff from Ewood Park with Neil Redford alongside Steve Hoddesall for that game. And here and now it's 0-0 tonight between PSG and Barcelona, and Mbappe fouled again. And another free kick that is just played into space inside the penalty area and headed away for a corner by Mingueza, which will be taken over on the PSG left.
Well, he just got booked, and then he just basically committed another foul on the same man, Mbappe, and he could have had 2 yellows in the space of 2 minutes there. He got one, he got away with the second one though from Anthony Taylor.
So rare sortie into Barcelona as attacking third here as the ball is swung inside the penalty area. Knocked away easily by Jordi Alba at the back. And brought down in the centre circle by PSG. Verratti. Time for him to survey his options. Turns away from Griezmann. Works it back through the midfield for Paredes. Marquinhos, still fourth from the last set piece, is on the retreat and plays a little 1-2. Draxler, the left-hand side, Kazawa's ball in, and claims that Icardi was being pulled back by Minguez as the two players were watching the ball. It might have been Longley actually that just pulled him back. The VAR will have a look at that. It's Stuart Atwell who is the VAR this evening. Parisian claims for a penalty, and he stayed down injured, Icardi, inside the penalty area.
Well, just prior to this, I mean, in the build-up when he was about on the edge of the box, there was a little pullback on him, I think, by Longley, and then as the move progressed and the ball came in the 6-yard box, you know, did Minguez get hold of him? Is it Longley? I think Longley just stands on his heel somewhat. Now, whether that's considered deliberate or quite cute and clever from Longley, probably the other. Look, there's his boot hanging off, or half hanging off from Icardi, but he's had his hands on him as well, Longley. He might just get away with this one, but I think he knew what he was doing.
Just taking his black glove off so that he can put his blue boot back on. The VAR still having a look to see if it is a clear and obvious error from Anthony Taylor. He missed the contact. It was off the ball. I don't think that he could have been expected, the referee, to have seen it in real time. But the VAR having a long look, and in fact Anthony Taylor has been called over to the referee's review area, and it's the right boot of Longley coming down on the left Achilles of Icardi as he makes his way through to attack across that he wasn't going to get, and the referee's going to give a penalty. It's going to be a yellow card for Longley, and it's a penalty for PSG, who have the opportunity to take a 5-1 aggregate lead, and the lead on the night against the run of play.
Well, as I said, I think he knew what he was doing here, Longley. I thought he in his mind be thinking it's quite cute and clever he's got away with it, because, you know, as I guess Icardi just gets across him, he doesn't really look at Icardi, so his head doesn't move, so it's not obvious that that's what he was intending, but he certainly stood on his boot, stood on his Achilles. I think he knew what he was doing.
So Kylian Mbappe with the opportunity to give PSG the lead. Ter Stegen running from left to right along his line, hands above his head, hands up towards the bar, being told by the referee, or reminded by the referee, that he can't touch the frame of the goal, and also that he can't come off the line too early. Mbappe with the opportunity to give PSG the lead on the night, and a 5-1 aggregate lead. Right footage, sends it into the roof of the net. It's another goal from Kylian Mbappe against Barcelona. Half an hour gone, 1-0 PSG, 5-1 up on aggregate.
Brilliant penalty. Sends the goalkeeper the wrong way, right into the roof of the net here from Mbappe, but I mean, what a goal to give away. Clumsy from Longley, just unnecessary. Icardi, I don't think, had any real chance of getting on the end of that cross anyway, so just to run the risk of giving away a possible penalty in the days of VAR, I think is just madness from Longley, and he's really cost his team. Expertly dispatched, as you'd expect, I guess, from Mbappe, but Longley's really left him in it.
6 goals in his last 3 Champions League ties. Kylian Mbappe, a hat-trick in the first leg. The opener tonight, his 25th Champions League goal already, and he's still only 22. PSG 1, Barcelona 0. In many ways, it doesn't actually change a lot for Barcelona. They had to score 4. They've still got to score 4. What it does change is that if they were to score 4, it would now only get them to extra time, as opposed to an aggregate win. They have a chance to get the first of the 4 straight away. Dembele trying to make his way inside the penalty area. It's cleared from him. Griezmann chips it inside the box. Mbappe then will turn it round the corner. Minguez, who's got to be careful, just to put a left arm out to steady himself and try and provide a barrier that was too difficult for Mbappe to get past. And Minguez won the foot race, had enough of a head start to win the foot race anyway, and can guide it back for Frenkie de Jong. Barcelona trailing 1-0 on the night where they've been much the better side. A much better performance from them tonight than it was in the first leg, but unrewarded. They haven't been able to take the half chances that they've created. Navas making one important save when he's had to from this man Dest, who makes his way forward, but just ran out of room, and it's a goal kick. 13 to go to half-time. PSG 1, Barcelona 0.
And it'll be interesting as well, Jim, just to see the build-up to that, prior to that cross going in, because as I was looking at the build-up, it looked like Longley had his arms over Icardi anyway, on around the edge of the box, just trying to pull him back, and then obviously as the move progressed and Icardi got closer to goal, I think Longley knew he was the wrong side of him. So I think it was deliberate, the little foot on the back of the Achilles, on the ankle, but completely unnecessary.
And those are the thoughts of Ireland international David Connolly, part of the commentary team on TalkSport 2 tonight. Welcome to listeners joining us on TalkSport at the Parc des Princes. Paris Saint-Germain leading Barcelona by 1-0. Kylian Mbappe converting the penalty just a couple of minutes ago after the foul from Longley, treading on the Achilles of Icardi. And Stuart Atwell, who is the VAR, a familiar name, giving or suggesting to referee Anthony Taylor that he went over and looked at the pitch side monitor, reversed the decision that was originally given, and awarded the penalty which Mbappe has put in to give PSG a 1-0 lead on the night and a 5-1 aggregate lead. If you want to continue to listen to the game on TalkSport 2, best way to do that is download the TalkSport app, and you can seamlessly flick between TalkSport and TalkSport 2 as PSG are on the front foot here again with Icardi, and Verratti went down inside the penalty area, but I think that was just a collision rather than anything else. I think Jordi Alba was the defender involved, and no real complaints from Verratti that he was fouled. Prior to the penalty going in, Barcelona have been much the better team and had the best chances. Dembele missing a couple of them. Serginho Dest with the closest effort, a rising right-footed drive that Navas, who's had a bit of a shaky night so far, did well to get his fingers to tip it onto the bar. As I say, the commentary continues on TalkSport 2. 34 gone. It's PSG 1, Barcelona 0. And the ball with Pedri to Griezmann flicking it through. Dembele should have scored again. Navas can dive to his left and make a very grateful save. But had he been able to knock it either side of the goalkeeper, Barca would have been back on level terms.
Oh, it's not a clean contact though again from Dembele. We saw that with his first effort on his left foot. This one with his right, he bounces the strike into the ground, but again just gets in behind Florenzi, and that's been a real source of joy for them. But he's got to start taking one of these chances. He didn't really have a good connection, didn't put his foot through it. If you recall, say Mbappe's finish in the first leg with real power into the corner. But there's going to be a change here for Barca.
Well, they don't want to take any more chances with Mingueza, and Junior Firpo is the player who's going to come on to replace him. Now, he ordinarily is a left back, signing from Real Betis in an €18 million deal. But Mingueza, who's been done for pace on a couple of occasions, is on a yellow card. And the 21-year-old has been tactically withdrawn. There's no sign of an injury, I don't think.
No, but if you recall the first leg, Jim, I spoke about this to you and Stuart Pearce off air. I think it was Idrissa Gueye who got booked in the first half, and I said I think I would take him off because he can't run the risk of going down to 10, and he did. Potts took him off, and it looks like basically it's the carbon copy here. Can't run the risk, obviously. Mingueza already booked up against Mbappe.
So Junior Firpo on, now replacing Mingueza. Firpo, he played in 5 of the 6 group games, but only made the one start. And Barcelona will bring it forward. They've already had 11 shots tonight. Haven't scored as yet. Ball inside the penalty area now, and Griezmann takes the shot count up to 12 as Jordi Alba flicked it in. And Griezmann jumping would have been offside. He's got his head to it, and Navas can make a comfortable save anyway. It wouldn't have counted. 1-0 to PSG, 9 minutes to go to half-time. You're listening to PSG against Barcelona in the Champions League. It's live on TalkSport 2 with McDonald's McDelivery. Order McDelivery now and get McDonald's delivered straight to your doorstep. 5-1 to PSG on aggregate. But the scoreline tonight doesn't tell the story of the game. Far from it. Jordi Alba makes his way forward, but PSG are able to gobble it up in the midfield easy with Idrissa Gueye. Now to be played down towards the touchline where Barcelona have picked up possession again. Pedri to Messi. Messi unleashing from distance. Oh, what a goal! The first of the four they need. Lionel Messi with a thunderbolt from the thick end of 30 yards onto that favoured left foot. Minimal backlift. Saw that Navas was a fraction off his line and swerved it past him with cut spin into the top left-hand corner. One of Messi's best. Navas didn't sniff it, and it's 1-1 on the night.
What a brilliant goal this is. Absolutely magnificent. He has laced this, blasted it into the roof of the net. Navas absolutely no chance from a good 30 yards out. Fantastic strike from Lionel Messi. Here he is again in the pocket.
Towards the edge of the penalty area, clipped in. Navas gets there ahead of Dest, or did he catch Dest? Well, Dest is way back to his feet. Not that he can see that because he's lying face down on the turf. But the referee was adamant that he wasn't fouled. Verratti will bring it away. Now a free kick is given PSG's way, but the Barcelona players surround the referee, complaining at the lack of a penalty awarded to Dest. De Jong picks up a yellow card. I don't know whether that was for complaining or whether that was for the subsequent foul. Barcelona have got to make sure that they keep their heads here, but they think that they should have had a penalty.
Well, it's Navas who just comes out just to try and claim this little dink ball over the top from Lionel Messi, looking for Dest, and he does get there first, Navas, but he clatters into Dest at the same time. And obviously now, any sort of contact in the box, you can hear both benches appealing for a penalty. There is contact, but I think that's a penalty. And here Firpo's really tight, and Mbappe just gets hold of him again by the shirt. That's obviously the tactic. We've seen it. It doesn't matter which fullback he's up against. Mbappe, you've got to get tight to him. And Firpo could have easily been booked there. Looks like he got away with that one as well.
And then Mbappe, with his reaction as he was pulled down towards the ground, raised his hands not to the face of Junior Firpo, but the flat of the hand into the chest. Push him away. Took exception to the challenge on him. De Jong's yellow card was for dissent. 38 gone. PSG 1, Barcelona 1. Lionel Messi with the goal that has got Barcelona back with a glimmer of hope. His 120th Champions League goal, the 741st goal of his career for club and country.
Amazing. What's that, 17? Is that 17 years in a row he scored in the Champions League? Quite incredible.
It is an unbelievable set of statistics.
And I guess that's why he likes to drop behind the ball and receive it in, deep in pockets. They've got Dembele with that, making those runs in behind on the back line. But you just think, as well, if Messi was maybe getting a couple of the chances that Dembele has already had, they might have even had another goal by now.
Griezmann in possession. 13 shots to 4 in Barcelona's favour inside the opening 39 minutes. Dembele chasing here. Marquinhos did well just to protect the space in front of the goalkeeper Keylor Navas, and the loose ball ran through to him. Well, PSG's home defensive record's been really good. Let in only 11 in 18 games at the Parc des Princes in all competitions so far this season. Another statistic which made the Barcelona need to score even more unlikely. They've got the first, they've hit the bar, they've had untold sights of goal so far. Pochettino's men have been second best by some distance. Kimpembe playing the ball out to the PSG left. The Parisians' lead lasted 6.5 minutes. 5-2 on aggregate to PSG at the moment. Barcelona needed 3 unanswered goals from here to take it to extra time. Pedri's been fouled in the midfield, and it's a free kick which Barcelona will take. Only a couple of yards inside the Parisian territory. They quickly work it back anyway inside their own half. Busquets then playing it forward for Longley, and down to the left flank for Jordi Alba. Back it comes for Clement Longley. The man has won 11 caps for France, back in his homeland tonight against the French champions. Good turn round the corner. Verratti picking it up in the midfield. Paredes slides it forward. Couldn't supply Verratti with a return ball, and Junior Firpo will just play the ball across from the right to the left, and Jordi Alba invited forward. Now into the feet of Dembele. Dembele towards the edge of the box. Cuts it back for Busquets. Busquets to Messi. Messi through for Dembele. Dembele checking back. He's got 4 to try and pick out. Lays it back for Busquets on the edge of the area. What did that hit? Did that come off the post, or did that hit Navas?
Navas, good save there from Navas with his feet.
Now Verratti, played forward by him. The pace of Mbappe up against Frankie de Jong. Gets a shot on target, but Ter Stegen can make the save. 3 to go to the break. It's 1-1 on TalkSport 2.
Well, there's chances at both ends here. They're on the counter, but de Jong matched Mbappe stride for stride. He's playing as a sort of libero, isn't he, de Jong, tonight? In between the two centre-halves, almost Koeman-esque, getting the ball and then dictating which way Barcelona are going to go and play. It's a good strike there, though, from Busquets. You've got to say, if Dembele had a goal to his name, it would round off a really good first 45. He's put a lot of good work on. It's been such a threat to that back line of PSG, but just needs a goal.
Yeah, his pace and movement have caused them all kinds of problems. His finishing hasn't as yet. Busquets plays the ball out towards Dest, who's faced up by Kazawa. And will take him on the outside, pulls it back. Paredes can block the cross. PSG will play it away and Draxler will turn it forward. Icardi, who got the penalty, loses out to Griezmann, who then controls it again over on the right flank, but only after Draxler has committed a foul. And it's a free kick in the midfield, which Barcelona will take. And if they could get another one before half-time, I think the Parisians would be feeling decidedly nervous. Here's de Jong. Now played forward by Busquets out towards Dest, who's seen plenty of it. So has Busquets. Pedri, back for de Jong again. Pedri turning it forward, getting Messi into a little pocket of space. Jordi Alba trying to play it back into the danger area. Griezmann can find Messi near the corner of the congested box. It's knocked away though easily by Marquinhos, and then cleared further up the right-hand side by Mbappe, and PSG will be able to try and break. Icardi making an early run. Draxler couldn't quite get the ball out from underneath his feet to be able to play it forward quickly enough. But still the Parisians maintain possession, and Florenzi can make good ground into Barcelona territory now. Towards the edge of the penalty area, clipped back over the top for the run of Florenzi. Ter Stegen saw it coming. Good safe handling from the German international, who just takes a moment, surveys what's on around him and bowls it out quickly. A minute to go to half-time. Hugely entertaining first half is 1-1. 5-2 on aggregate. Of Barcelona, so much the better side. Yeah,
I guess what you would say is, despite all their efforts at goal and their little bits and pieces around the box, it's taken an absolute moment of magic from Messi really to score. Because when they've got in and around the box, at times the little play hasn't really come off. The little 1-2s, the give and goes. We saw Pedri there trying to give the ball back to Messi, and obviously there's that PSG wall in front of them.
Long late to de Jong. And then Pedri will just work the ball through the centre circle for Junior Firpo. And back for Frankie de Jong. Only very slightly built. The blonde-haired Dutchman brings it forward. Griezmann wanted the ball into feet just ahead of him. Paredes stopped that being a feasible pass to play. And it's worked back instead for the much taller, dark-haired, thick-set Busquets. Back for de Jong again, who's the deepest of the outfield players for Barcelona.
Well, that's funny, isn't it? Because when they got the penalty in the first leg, he was the one that was, the highest. He was running in behind, but a completely different role here tonight.
Griezmann, as we go to 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the first half, trying to take it on towards the edge of the penalty area, but easily knocked away by the former Everton man, Idrissa Gueye. Loose ball won again on the left-hand side by Jordi Alba, and PSG have a player down hurt, but the referee happy for play to go on. Busquets thought about unleashing, then a disguised pass in towards Messi, and then a player goes down inside the penalty area. It's Griezmann, and they got a penalty. Griezmann down, holding his left leg. I think Anthony Taylor has pointed to the spot. It's just inside the penalty area, only just. Kazao with a rash challenge. Griezmann going for it, but it was dangerous play. The boot was raised, and Barcelona in first half stoppage time have the chance to get their noses in front on the night and get the second of the 4 away goals that they need.
Well, this is contentious because PSG have a player down, or certainly in this move, they had a player down who was holding his head, and I think they feel play should have been stopped, but Anthony Taylor waved play on. You could hear the PSG bench going bananas. Obviously now they're coming over, he's coming over again to have a look at the monitor, Anthony Taylor.
Well, Stuart Atwell, the VAR, has said that the decision is fine.
It was Mbappe that was down. A clash of heads here, which, you know, was quite clear to everybody. Now, we've had a lot. I was listening to TalkSport today in terms of, you know, protocols and discussion and dementia and heading, etc. And there was a clear clash of heads, which really, nowadays, normally should be stopped. But Anthony Taylor way play on, and a couple of passes later, Barca have got a penalty.
So Lionel Messi to take it. He's already pinged one in from 30 yards. What can he do from 12? Navas bobbing up and down on his line. Messi. Sharp exhalation of breath. Looks again at the goal. Looks a little bit nervous. Looks down at the ball and then again just refocuses on the goal. The referee goes across and has a word with Navas and reminds him of his responsibilities. It's going to be a four-step run for Messi, and it's saved! Keylor Navas got his knee to it and flicked it onto the underside of the bar. PSG then clear it, and Messi has seen his penalty save.
Well, he's guessed the right way here, Navas. And I think he's tried to blast it down the middle, Messi, but it's just gone slightly to the right, the same way that Navas is diving, and he just clears it away with his knee. Great save, though. Not the best penalty, though, from Lionel Messi.
But they will have a look before the subsequent corner is taken to make sure that Navas wasn't off his line. The referee has asked for a hesitation and for a break in play before this corner can be taken. So I can only imagine that they're having a look to make sure that Navas was on his line when the ball was kicked. Yes, he was, and play will restart with the corner. So the save counts. And we're in the 4th minute of first half stoppage time. Barcelona missing a golden chance to make PSG sweat. In comes the corner from Messi. Busquets with a flick header at the near post. Cleared off the line by Florenzi. And then Draxler will get to the loose ball and take it down the touchline, where he has then given it away. Barcelona have it back at the back with Frenkie de Jong. Here's the last touch of a pulsating first half. Barcelona with nothing to lose. They've come out, they've given everything they've got. They need 4 tonight. They've scored 1 through Lionel Messi, who's then seen a penalty save. PSG taking the lead on the night from a penalty at the other end, converted by Kylian Mbappe after a foul by Longley on Icardi. Kazawa, who was already been booked, then gave away a penalty for a foul on Griezmann in first half stoppage time. Messi's penalty flicked onto the bar by Keylor Navas, who takes an earlier Serginho Dest effort onto the bar. Barcelona, how they haven't got the lead, they will not know. But PSG have had an almighty fright. Barca still, though, with plenty of work to do. PSG 1, Barcelona 1. It's 5-2 on aggregate to the Parisians. And a change being made at half-time. Mauricio Pochettino, as David was alluding to in the first half, in the first match, took off Idrissa Gana Gueye when he was on a yellow card. Tonight, he's taken off Kazawa at half-time on a yellow card, and he's replaced him with the former Dortmund centre-half Abdou Diallo, who has been sent off a couple of times this season in matches against Metz and Monaco, but he comes on for the second half here. No changes as far as Barca are concerned. They made one in the first half when Mingueza was taken off, and Junior Firpo came on to replace him. Well, noticeable in the first half, one-way traffic, so much Barcelona attacking David Connolly. The most number of shots on target that PSG have faced in an entire game this season has been 7. Barca have had 9 already tonight in the first half alone. And
I guess a disappointing thing, you know, that they haven't got another goal. You know, they're on the attack here, though, PSG.
Right from the kick-off, with the ball swept inside the penalty area, which is deflected and goes into the hands of Ter Stegen. And
it'll come back to Dembele, to be honest, looking at him. And, you know, he's kind of had a history of this, hasn't he? I guess, you know, if you go back to, I think, in the Champions League semi-final a couple of seasons ago against Liverpool, he had a chance that even, I think, 3-0 up, he could have made it 4, and he didn't take it. He had one in the first leg, didn't really take it, and he's had a couple here tonight. And if he'd have taken any one of those with a clean connection, Barcelona could have had 2 or 3 goals.
He's scoring 3 of his 4 group games earlier in the competition, but he has only scored 8 goals all season. Dembele, he could have had 3 or 4 tonight. PSG with Diallo making his way forward. The replacement left back, and Junior Firpo will knock it away for Barcelona. A minute gone in the second half, 1-1 the scoreline on the night. Lionel Messi seeing a penalty saved in first half stoppage time. 5-2 on aggregate to PSG. As Leandro Paredes mops up for the Parisians, who are playing with much more purpose at the beginning of this second half than they did in the first. They're playing another 20 yards upfield as well. The ball is guarded back to Ter Stegen, and he will play it for Serginho Dest. And now Firpo, who's playing on the right of the back line. 4 from him to Frenkie de Jong, and de Jong doing well to release Dembele, who can take it on the turn. A chance for him to run at Kimpembe. Still got it. Flicks it away then from Marquinhos. Dest has covered a lot of ground to be up in support, but he can't beat Diallo. The first direct confrontation between the pair of them. And PSG can knock it away relatively easily down their left-hand side. Firstly with Verratti, and then with Diallo. Turn forward towards the halfway line, where it then comes back from Firpo. Verratti, and Busquets just had a swipe out at him. Kind of challenge that he's made so many times in his career. Knew the danger of letting Verratti get past him, and made sure that he didn't get past him.
Yeah, see the players there talking to Anthony Taylor in English, saying yellow card. That should be a yellow, judging by what he's given so far tonight. Really every challenge has been a yellow. But obviously the loss of Kurzawa, I guess, is not really, it's negated, I think, because he's not really going to raid forward tonight, is he, in terms of what the scoreline. You saw in the first leg what a threat he was, but tonight taking him off is, again, probably the right call, isn't it, from Poch? No point risking it on a booking.
Free kick to Barcelona. And taken by Busquets, back for de Jong. And de Jong, who is playing in the middle of the back three, really.
Yeah.
Just dropping deep in this libero position. He has it again now. Longley to his left-hand side, and Firpo to his right. That's the composition of the three centre-halves. Dest playing at right wing-back, and Jordi Alba on the left. Messi has dropped into a deeper position here to try and influence proceedings. That midfield area has got Busquets and Pedri, and then it's Griezmann, Messi and Dembele as a forward three who've caused problems, and as I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, have had so many shots already that the shot count almost in the double figures in terms of attempts on target inside the first 45. Dest just loses out, ends up on the deck. The play goes on with Verratti playing it to the left. A lovely little step over and quick injection of pace from Kylian Mbappe. Ball forward from him. He just trying to play a little give and go with Verratti, but Verratti on the slide couldn't bring it under control. Barca work it forward towards Messi, but Diallo, who's had a little bit of defensive resolution to that back line since coming on at half-time, can knock it away. And then Paredes slides in, and he's caught Messi, and that will be a yellow card as well. Leandro Paredes with a yellow that will rule him out of the first leg of the quarterfinals through suspension, providing that PSG get through.
Yeah, just a couple of turnovers there from PSG, and you mentioned it, Diallo, I think he's had a really good impact so far. He shrugged Dest off the ball a couple of times. He was such a threat in that first half, so maybe prefers the physical contact a bit more, but he's come out on top so far. There's a couple of challenges of Trezeguet on Griezmann, and Griezmann, we haven't really seen him or Griezmann in the game at all. He's flitted around, you know, he's got that sort of balletic style, but he hasn't really had an impact on the game so far.
Well, a yellow card was shown to Idrissa Gueye for the initial challenge, and then the referee, almost as an afterthought, has now just shown another yellow card. Now, did he show that to Paredes for the challenge that came in, the second one, or has he shown it? The director has focused on Verratti there. So as Verratti talked his way into the book, we'll clear that up for you in a moment. Gueye received the first yellow card, but a second one was shown. Anthony Taylor just has to make sure that he's not losing control of this.
Yeah.
5 gone second half, it's 1-1.
I think you're right. I think he's at, I don't know if the occasion has maybe got to, I don't know, he's had a very, very indifferent night, Anthony Taylor, his decision making and these cards.
Barca can bring it forward. And Jordi Alba into the feet of Lionel Messi. Dembele back out to Alba, down by the left-hand touchline. Back it comes again. Pedri turning 15 yards outside the box. Messi's got 3 Parisian players around him, and it's flicked down off one of them for Jordi Alba. And you think back to the extraordinary miracle victory for Barcelona 4 years ago. They needed 3 goals in the last 3 minutes of that game to go through, and they were going out. And it's the same situation they find themselves in now. They need 3 from here. They've got 39 minutes at the moment to score the 3 that they need without reply to take it to extra time. Still plenty of time for them. They will have belief. They will have talked about, with so many of these players having featured, or a few of these players having featured that game 4 years ago, they will have talked about the fact that as long as they're in a position still late in the game, it might yet unfold for them. Here's Dembele, right-hand side of the penalty area. Just forced back, finds Busquets to Griezmann. Griezmann tried to turn, he's been able to nutmeg Gay. Messi then tries to drive forward, that one knocked away from the edge of the penalty area by Diallo, and it's picked up by De Jong in the midfield. And just to clarify the yellow card situation, the second one just a few moments ago was shown to Paredes, so he will miss the first leg of the quarterfinals if they go through. And they're heading through at the moment. Still 5-2 up on aggregate here on TalkSport 2. Jim Proudfoot and David Connolly talking through the action, which we're watching from our monitors in London. The ball is cleared by Keylor Navas, who saved the first half penalty from Lionel Messi, but it's just an aimless punt forward that Firpo can mop up. 7 gone second half, and it's 1-1 on the night.
And I guess that, look, when they go, as good as Dembele has been, say, going in behind and being that threat, when the ball's coming in around the box, you know, the little give and goes, the layoffs to Lionel Messi, the link up, the intricate play, it's just not quite there. You know, it's not Luis Suarez-esque, you know, and you think, well, how might they do if they had him still?
Dembele inside the penalty area, tries to work it in. Diallo flicks it with his heel. That was enough to get it out of the way of Dest, and then he can clear it up the left-hand touchline towards halfway. Well, it's brought down comfortably under control again by Firpo, who finds De Jong. De Jong bringing it forward, still in his own half, now ventures into Parisian territories. He lays it out towards the left. 37 minutes remaining. Barcelona need 3 unanswered goals from here to take it into extra time. Sounds unfeasible, but the way the first 53 minutes have played out, it doesn't feel unfeasible. Here's De Jong, back for Busquets. Liverpool still 0-0, 2 up on aggregate. It finished 0-0 between Barnsley and Derby in the Championship. Barnsley stays 6th. Messi to Pedri in the midfield, and then De Jong will pick up the pieces. Claims from Draxler that he was fouled, and the referee waves him up. And now to be played forward again out to the left-hand side for Griezmann. He finds Pedri to Messi. Messi just lending the ball towards Griezmann, went for the return ball, it was half clear. Griezmann gets it again, Dest flicks it in into the chin of Diallo, who stands firm and knocks it away. Pedri picking up the pieces, Mbappe's gone down, play goes on, works inside the box, and Navas's handling was assured as he came out the 6-yard box. If he'd spilled it there, it would have fallen to the feet of Messi, but he did well, and it remains 1-1.
Yeah, they had to work the ball wide here, Barcelona, for the ball into the box, because, you know, that intricate play, you know, that movement in and around the box just hasn't been there. You know, the final pass, the little layoff, Griezmann trying to give and go with Messi, and it's not the Barca of old, that's for sure. Certainly not with their play in and around the box.
Pedri trying to get it away from Icardi, who has not really had a kick so far this evening. Didn't win the penalty, but that's his major contribution. Griezmann has it now. French international who's never played any club football in France. Back from Busquets to De Jong. And De Jong turning. First 10 minutes of the second half successfully negotiated by Mauricio Pochettino's men. Not too many undue alarms, unlike the last 10 minutes of the first half where Barcelona were battering them. Here's Gay. Turn forward by Paredes, very neat and tidy. Verratti waiting for the movement ahead of him. Mbappe was a slightly slow ball. It just held up on the playing surface, and that allowed the Barcelona defenders to get back goal side. Desta's made a decent fist of dealing with Mbappe tonight.
It's a thankless job, isn't it, out on that side, but he's done well. He got back well there, but it looked like Mbappe was quite content actually not run forward and, you know, just check back in and retain possession.
Here's Gay winning possession back again, couldn't find Verratti. And it's knocked away by Pedri. Jordi Alba scampers after it. It's done well. Keeps it in on the left-hand touchline. And then gets away from the initial challenge of Florenzi, who's had a tough night. Ball in towards Dembele, who has to move back outside the penalty area. Marquinhos followed him and sticks out a toe. And he can flick it forward for Icardi. And now Mbappe with an opportunity to run a third part. Back comes Griezmann. Did he foul him? Referee says no. One number 7 on the other, but it was a clean challenge. And he just leant into him. And two international teammates battling there, and no real discernible complaints from Mbappe.
He got back well, didn't he, Griezmann? But the move breaks down again when it comes into Dembele. He's got to look after that ball. There he is again. Look, Messi tries to find him, and Marquinhos just steps in front of him. And Messi there, you can just gestured there with his arms to say, come on, we need more from you. He hasn't started this second half very well, Dembele, at all.
Top scorers in La Liga, Barcelona. Their goal tonight, the 90th that they've scored in all competitions this season. With 18 of those coming in the Champions League. They have won 11 of the last 12 away games. The sole exception being a defeat in the Copa del Rey semi-final first leg to Sevilla. They've got a good record on the road. They've played well on the road tonight. But they haven't had the attacking output that they need. Paredes playing it forward into the feet of Verratti. He's just buzzing around and finding little pockets of space, and has it again now. Played to him and neatly by Diallo. And Mbappe just making a rare error as he tried to turn it forward straight to Junior Firpo, and then Busquets into the feet of Messi, out towards Jordi Alba on the left hand side, and he will come in from the left-hand touchline, still inside his own half, but only just. Now plays it forward towards Messi, who stabs it back to him with a neat first touch. Busquets has it. Barca not playing quite with the same tempo in this second period that they did in the first. Dest. Down towards the right-hand side for Griezmann. Controls it right on the touchline. Clever little backheel flick from him. Dest, who's quick. Was he quick enough to keep it in? Referee has a look at the assistant, who allows play to go on for the time being, but it's judged now to have rolled over the line and out of play for a goal kick. 58 gone, 1-1.
He's unlucky here. Just a little backheel from Griezmann. Put a little bit too much on it, and Dest trying to keep the ball in play. Just went fractionally out. Did they have enough players in the box? Probably not. Barcelona trying to grab a goal.
Well, PSG will make another change. Draxler is being withdrawn, and Danilo Pereira is the man that's going to replace him for his 50th European tie. Centre-half on loan from Porto, who came on for the final 6 minutes of the first leg. Angel Di Maria is coming on as well. So a double change. It isn't a centre-half for a midfielder. It's a midfielder for a midfielder. Di Maria for Draxler. And Danilo Pereira has come on for Idrissa Gana Gueye. So a double change being made by Pochettino just shy of the hour. David Connolly.
Yeah, probably some fresh energy, some legs in there. Obviously you mentioned about the tempo, but PSG have not played with any tempo here tonight.
So on comes Di Maria, who has played 18 games against Barcelona in his career. He scored twice against them in a 4-0 win here back in 2017 in the first leg of that epic encounter between the pair of them. He also scored against Barcelona in a Copa del Rey final back in the day, some 7 seasons ago. Di Maria on, and Danilo Pereira, Portuguese international centre-half, on as well. Here's Diallo, who came on at half-time, playing at left-back, worked into the feet of Mbappe, but he stood a little chance of getting the return ball, and he drifts out of play for a throw. Barcelona had an hour tonight to score 4, an hour and a half, to score 4, have seen an hour elapse, and they've only got the first one of the 4 so far, but they're on the front foot here. 60 minutes in, 1-1 the scoreline, 5-2 on aggregate to PSG. Busquets. Messi. Dropping his shoulder, committing defenders. Griezmann to his right. Dest makes a run on the overlap. He's worked it the other way instead. Messi inside the penalty area, couldn't get a shot in. Still might be able to. Griezmann, real pinball and ricochets inside the box. PSG have 4 players, all at close attendance, but although none of them had the ball under control, they restricted the space for Messi to work, and he couldn't get a shot in.
No, he might have done though, because he just got his shot away quicker. Could have pulled the trigger slightly earlier. Great block though, you got to say. I think it's Marquinhos in the end. just as Messi's about to strike. Terrific blocking, but maybe Messi could have just got a shot off earlier. That's a terrific tackle.
A good defending from Marquinhos. More than 300 PSG games behind him now. 1-1 the score. Barcelona on the front foot after a slowish start to this second half, but beginning to turn the screw again. Pedri gets it again. No foul. PSG appealing for everything, but not getting that. Messi checks back onto his left foot, turns inside, gets it away from Mbappe. Two goal scorers in the direct confrontation there. Mbappe from the penalty spot on 30 minutes. Messi equalising with a howitzer on 37, and then seeing a penalty saved in first half stoppage time.
Well, another giveaway there from Dembele. I just wonder, looking at the bench, it's got Braithwaite possibly. He could bring on, apart from that, I mean, PSG bringing on the likes of Di Maria, but not too many other attacking options for Barca.
Talking of a lack of attacking options, AC Milan making the journey to Old Trafford tomorrow with just about everybody injured. They've only got two strikers in the travelling party of 19. And only one of them has ever played for Milan's first team. Find out how they get on. With the build-up starting at 5:30 tomorrow from Old Trafford, live over on Talk Sport. The ball has hit the referee, not just hit it, it has been whacked at him from close range by Paredes.
There's probably a queue of players who want to whack the ball into Anthony Taylor. Paredes has done it tonight.
Drop ball given. Barca turn over possession, and they've got it with Messi making his way forward. 62 on the clock. Barca need 3 from here. Ball played inside the box, and Navas comes out and makes the save.
Well, just going back to that chance from Messi, it was a really good one. He's about 6 yards out, ball lands at his feet, and I guess probably the bounce just in front of him meant he had to control it and then get a shot away. But I think by his obvious incredible standards, I think he knows he maybe could have got that shot off quicker before the block came in.
Liverpool still goalless against RB Leipzig. They lead 2-0 on aggregate. Quarterfinals beckoning for them. Quarterfinals beckoning for PSG as well. Icardi is trying a little 1-2 with Mbappe around the edge of the area. Mbappe again goes down. Nothing given by the referee. The ball is very quickly worked back for Navas. Right at the other end of the field is Kimpembe that laid it back to him. And they can play their way out neatly through towards Danilo Pereira. And now over halfway, an opportunity for Verratti. Just into the feet of Angel Di Maria. Former Manchester United man goes back for Verratti again, and then it's chipped down towards Paredes. And Paredes will make his way towards the edge of the penalty area, about 15 yards from the edge of the Barcelona box as he knocks it square to his right-hand side from Mbappe. Similar ball from him, played to Verratti, then chipped over the top from Di Maria, looking for the run of Mbappe, but Barcelona defend mop-handedly, and Busquets calms it down as he loves to do and feeds it to his left-hand side for Jordi Alba. Griezmann drops that little bit deeper and goes back for Firpo. And Barcelona have neat possession again inside their own half, but after that stack of chances in the first half, as we've mentioned a few times, 15 in the first 45 minutes. They've so far in the second period only had 1.
Well, he is going to make a change. It looked like might be Trincao that's coming on, really talented youngster, and something needs to change because you know they just don't like they're going to break this PSG team down at this moment in time. They need more quality in that forward areas, they really do.
Great quality from Pedri, lovely turn, just a cut away from 2 players, lays it back for Messi, Messi to his right hand side. Firpo for Dest back for Junior Firpo, joining the attack for the first time, and then it's played by Busquets away from Griezmann, and it just rolls innocuously through and out of play for a goal kick. And first 20 minutes of the second half have gone, and it remains 1-1. I thought something had just fallen off near Lionel Messi. It was the referee's badge. Messi has ripped it clean off his shirt as he's battled there to try and get possession. And one of his teammates has just gone and handed it back to Anthony Taylor. So the change made, Serginho Dest off, and Francisco Trincao, the Portuguese international who signed in a €31 million deal from Braga last summer, is the player that has come on to replace him. He's only ever scored 1 goal in Europe. He's off the bench for the 25th time this season for 25 minutes.
Who was that? Who was it? Gaza who showed the yellow card when the referee got the yellow?
And got booked for it.
And got booked for it. I thought that was going to be pretty similar there, but in the end, I think Verratti, very sportsmanship, just handed it back to Anthony Taylor. He's not had a good game, the referee. He really hasn't.
66 on the clock, 1-1. And Barca will be able to bring it forward here with De Jong, and a sense now that they feel that their chance might have gone with the opportunities that were squandered in the first half, particularly the penalty. Messi ends up on the deck, lying on his back, hands on his face.
Yeah, that's because Diallo just leaves a hand on his face there. I think he knows what he's doing here, Diallo. As Messi releases the ball, he just raises his hand just so that, you know, if Messi does get past him, he's not going to be on his feet, he's going to be on the ground. Got away with it though.
And the camera pans to Mauricio Pochettino, just wandering, prowling on the edge of his technical area, just having a word with the assistant referee. Lionel Messi in earshot as well, his countryman. And midway through the second half, it's 1-1. PSG going through. Barcelona look to have blown themselves out really after such an impressive first 45 minutes. They haven't been able to replicate those standards, and you have to give PSG credit for that. But here's Messi, still time. Messi towards the corner of the penalty area, trying to go on the outside, clips it in right-footed, but too much on it, and it sails over Navas' goal. Out of play for a goal kick, and the body language of the Barcelona players now beginning to suggest they know their race is run.
Yeah, I mean, lovely skill here from Messi, this time on the right-hand side of the box, just to get past Diallo, and just tries to stand the ball to the back post with his right foot, hits it over the bar, and yeah, the body language is, I guess, one of knowing what's coming. Very difficult. It's going to make this scoreline up very, very difficult. It's always going to be the case, and certainly when Dembele had those chances in the first half, he didn't really take any of them. Makes the second much, much more difficult.
You're listening to PSG against Barcelona in the Champions League. It's live on TalkSport 2 with Music Magpie, the place to get great value, refurbished phones and tech. 22 minutes to go. 22 minutes in which Barcelona need 3 unanswered goals, and that will take it to extra time. Trincao coming in off the right flank, finds Busquets. Busquets working it back for De Jong. De Jong to his left, and Longley is able to play it forward now towards the edge of the penalty area. Dembele is in. He's got an opportunity to try and feed it back towards Messi, but Marquinhos tracked him and puts it out of play for a corner. Yeah, he's been magnificent, hasn't he, Marquinhos? Always in the right place at the right time, just covering it across, took no chances and just blasted it out for a corner. Mo Salah's given Liverpool the lead on the night, 3-0 up on aggregate now. A goal 19 minutes from time. In comes the corner, great save from Navas. It was met by Busquets. A little flick header at the near post, and Navas diving behind him to his right is able to palm it away and claw it behind for another corner. Well, they should have learned by now, PSG, because they've gone the same delivery every time, Barca, just trying to whip it in at the near post for Busquets, gets across Verratti. He's done that near enough every corner. Verratti is now side on, having a look, but he's got to see Busquets coming. Gets there in front of him, flicks it towards the near post, but it's a great save from Navas, flying save. Hasn't scored a Champions League goal since 2013, Sergio Busquets. Well, look at him, he's on the goal line now, he's behind Navas, and he always makes the same movement, just getting in front of Verratti. He's mixed it up now. In comes the subsequent corner, which is headed away by Marquinhos. That was a good, powerful header as well, got it out of harm's way. Barcelona finding it difficult to get the ball back under control, can now with Pedri. Works it to Ter Stegen, who's a long way outside his penalty area and acting as the sweeper. And he's played it forward for De Jong. And now Busquets will be able to bring it forward again. So Liverpool a goal up on the night, 3-0 up on aggregate. 1-1 on the night in the game we're concentrating on at the Parc des Princes. 5-2 to PSG on aggregate. And a chance for De Jong to just flick it forward towards Messi. Messi out towards the left-hand touchline. An opportunity to deliver. It's an opportunity that's been resisted. Back it comes though from Messi, looking to play in Pedri. Paredes was there just to stick out a foot, and Icardi will work it to his right-hand side for Angel Di Maria. Blocked off by Pedri, rides the challenge which comes in. Again, there's ball control. Yeah, again, they're content, aren't they, PSG, not to really go on the counter now. Just to spend a little bit longer in possession, you know, keep it away from Barcelona, run the clock down somewhat. Here's Paredes. Verratti getting the instruction to turn. Under pressure from Busquets. Played forward down the inside left channel, but Di Maria was unable to maintain possession, and Barcelona can knock it away. Busquets has it again, and Busquets will work it to his left-hand side. An opportunity now for Barcelona to try and get Dembele into space. They dealt with those runs from Dembele much more effectively in the second period than they did in the first. Messi forward towards Jordi Alba. Dembele has it now, but Florenzi's back goal side. Messi about 25 yards outside the penalty area to Pedri. Pedri to his right-hand side for Firpo, who's pushing forward to complement the attack, and now he finds Trincao. Trincao cleverly drops his shot and fires it inside the area. He's pulled back at a strange angle right back through the penalty spot towards the edge of the area rather than a direct shot. It ends up going out of play for a Barcelona throw, which Trincao takes quickly. Back it goes for Busquets. Barcelona in a rare position of strength inside the penalty area that they couldn't make the most of there. Now Jordi Alba crosses it, hits Marquinhos, and goes behind, now to play for another corner as Liverpool double their lead on the night. Sadio Mane has scored the goal. So 2 and 3 minutes for Liverpool, who are heading through to the last 16. Barcelona take this latest corner short to the feet of Messi. Messi to De Jong. Right-footed ball high from De Jong. Goalkeeper coming out, and Longley made it difficult for him, and Barcelona can keep it alive. Recycling it to Trincao. High left-footed ball swerved inside the penalty area from him. Florenzi will head it away, and it's whacked further clear, and De Jong mops up at the back for Barca.
It's a really good sort of spell here. Trincao's had an immediate impact twice, got to the byline, lovely ball to Alba, and I think it just comes off his heel. He's trying to help that cross back in towards the 6-yard box, but comes off his heel. And you know, I just wonder, at what point would you push De Jong further forward? He's one of those players, you know, they can get you a goal, who can run beyond. At this moment in time, they don't have enough players, Barca, running ahead of the ball.
Messi trying to take on Marquinhos. Was he fouled? He was, just outside the penalty area from Florenzi's challenge. And it's a free kick, which is maybe a yard outside the box, and it's level with the left-hand edge of the penalty area. 17 minutes to go. 1-1 on the night. 5-2 on aggregate.
Yeah, just angles the leg here. Florenzi on the left-hand side, a yard out. It's in a good area here, but I guess, you know, they haven't really looked like scoring, barring that one flicked header from Busquets from any sort of free kick or corner.
Well, what can they muster from here? They need something. Still haven't had a shot on target in this second half.
They're not the biggest though, are they, Barca? Apart from Longley, maybe Busquets, that's about it.
Well, Longley is in there. Dembele's not known for his heading prowess, but he's a 6-footer as the ball comes in. It's a good defensive header from Icardi. Back in with real venom from Trincao. And it hit one of the Parisians inside the area. It might have been Diallo. And bounces to safety. And now Mbappe will be able to pick up the loose ball. But Trincao met that beautifully. Just couldn't get it through a multitude of players in front of him. As PSG clear the lines, it's picked up again at the back by Longley. 16 minutes to go. Barcelona still need 3. And just to hark back to that game 4 years ago, they got 3 from the 88th minute onwards that night.
Well, I saw Trincao. He scored a brilliant goal against Betis for the winner. I mean, he's one of those players I think they're going to look towards, aren't they, towards the future.
Messi to Jordi Alba, and Dembele couldn't get there. He's claiming he was being manhandled as the cross came through the 6-yard box, but he couldn't get anything on it, and it drifts again to safety for PSG.
Yeah, Diallo saw the run of Dembele, just did enough, lent into him, he goes to ground. Dembele, I think obviously they'll appeal for anything at this stage, but I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, Trincao, you got Pedri, I guess at what point, I know they've got the new president or whatever, but you know, they're going to have to look, aren't they, in terms of, I think the forward areas need surgery. I really do. I don't think Dembele is going to be the answer for them in terms of when it gets to this level of this stage of a Champions League. Griezmann hasn't really delivered, has he, you'd say, for Barca. And obviously you've got Pedri, you've got Trincao, you've got some of the youngsters coming through, but Puig as well, they might just need, I think, some players in the front areas.
Yeah, you talk about Griezmann, 27 goals at a rate of 1 every 3 games is not what they would have expected. PSG are going to make a change, and Colin Dagba, the 22-year-old right back, is going to come on here. A straight swap for Florenzi, who has been down receiving treatment and is unable to continue. So 15 minutes to go. And PSG make change number 4. Dagba for Florenzi. Barcelona still have a few attacking options. Martin Braithwaite scored 3 goals in the group stage. The former Middlesbrough man is on the bench. Pjanic is there as well. Not that he's an attacking option, but he's somebody with versatility who might be able to come on. That potentially could get De Jong into more advanced positions. But they're leaving it late now. 14 to go. And they need 3 goals without reply just to get this to extra time. You're listening to PSG against Barcelona in the Champions League. It's live on TalkSport 2 in McDonald's McDelivery. Order McDelivery now on the Uber Eats or Just Eat app. We deliver. Jim Proudfoot and David Connolly talking through the action from our monitors in London. Game of the Parc des Princes is 1-1. And PSG have got the finishing line in sight. Busquets goes back for De Jong. Much more conservative and disciplined second half performance from the Parisians is doing the job. Play forward from Griezmann. Now the left-hand side of the penalty area. It's flicked back in towards the byline. Dembele's there to attack it. Marquinhos with a clearance that could have gone anywhere. Navas might have caught that, but then he's claiming to his teammates that they didn't give him a shout. He ended up punching it clear outside the penalty area. And Di Maria can do the rest. Verratti then under pressure skewers the ball down towards Di Maria on the left-hand touchline. He works it forward down the left. They'll look for the early ball over the top for Icardi, but it's not going to get to that. And back it will come again from Barcelona. The men in yellow continue to work it forward patiently, perhaps at times a little bit too patiently. 13 to go. It's 1-1, David. Yeah, they've just got a lot of players, Barca, behind the ball, and they just need more runners going in. I mean, when they have got in there, Marquinhos has been absolutely brilliant. Here he is again. They're offside, Dembele, but he's been fantastic, Marquinhos at the back. He's read everything, got his body in the way, made so many blocks and challenges, tackles. Well, here come the cavalry, and it is a triple change being made by Ronald Koeman. Mariba, Pjanic and Braithwaite are the 3 who are coming on. Pjanic, who played in the 2017 final, he's only ever beaten PSG once in 9 attempts in his career. Player who started his career in France with Metz and Lyon. Martin Braithwaite, who signed from Leganés, only 7 goals this season, Danish international. And Mariba, who at 18 became the 5th youngest scorer of a league goal in Barcelona's history at the weekend, comes on for his European debut. Well, this is great, because did you see the photo of him outside the training ground? I think when he was about 8 years old with Lionel Messi. There he is 10 years later, obviously on the same pitch, scored a goal, giving Messi a hug on the pitch. Absolutely wonderful. So Pjanic on for Busquets. Braithwaite came on for Dembele. And Mariba is on for Pedri. 11 to go. Barcelona shuffling things around. But will it make a difference? Will it make enough of a difference? Mariba, who's got a physique that belies his tender years. Ball played back from him to De Jong, and then laid out to the left-hand side with 11 minutes to go. We welcome listeners from TalkSport. It's still 1-1 between PSG and Barcelona in our commentary game on TalkSport 2. Now, as Barcelona in the first half were excellent and created 15 chances, they've hardly had any of note in the second period at all. It's been a much better defensive-minded performance from PSG, who have been able to restrict them. Marquinhos in particular has had an outstanding game, and Barcelona seem really to have run out of ideas. David Connolly, the former Ireland international striker, is watching the game with me, and it just feels as though we're in the last knockings now of Barcelona's Champions League run. Yeah, absolutely. Look, they scored a great goal, an absolutely brilliant finish from Lionel Messi, but barring that, really, Dembele had a couple of chances in the first half he didn't really take, not clean finishes, and I think they needed that second goal. The penalty miss didn't help, did it, right before half-time from Messi, but in this second half, you know, it's just a case of PSG sitting back, soaking up the pressure, and that man Marquinhos being magnificent. It was a night perhaps where Barcelona's brilliance in the first half gave them a chance, but the lack of brilliance in terms of finishing probably saw that chance evaporate before half-time. Had the Messi penalty gone in, well, it might have been a different story, with 2 needed in the second half, but as it is, Barcelona now need 3 with 9 minutes remaining to take the game into extra time. The game continues over on TalkSport 2. PSG 1, Barcelona 1, 5-2 to the Parisians on aggregate. And the ball is back with Pjanic in the midfield for Barca. And then played by De Jong to his right-hand side. And they can work the ball forward again with Firpo. Back from him to Pjanic, turning in the midfield and laying it out to the left. Still Barcelona weaving their pretty patterns, but not really making any definitive headway. Might be able to now. Messi to Griezmann, and a loose ball will break for Trincao towards the edge of the penalty area, setting up Griezmann again. Left-footed ball curved over the top from him. Jordi Alba will be able to pull it back inside the box. Messi's got it. Messi turning, bringing it under control. No chance to run at Dagba, who's done well just to stand his ground. Played back instead for Mariba. Left-footed ball chipped over the top by Griezmann. He can't find Jordi Alba. Dagba can head it away and then clears further, and the touch comes off a Barcelona player. Long lay and out for a throw that'll be taken on the PSG right. 8 to go. 1-1. 5-2 on aggregate.
Yeah, and I guess, despite all the play they've had in and around the box, whenever it's gone to Griezmann, and he's got to be one of those players that makes things happen, it's just always broken down. Little give and goes, 1-2s, over hit, misplaced passes, crosses, trying to pick out Alba, under hit. And those players who needed to have big games tonight, Dembele, Griezmann. I think Messi has had the impact. He's got one goal, but the supporting cast just hasn't been good enough.
Verratti to his left-hand side for Di Maria. And now Mbappe, and Mbappe can go through the gears, and he's got Mauro Icardi to his right inside the penalty area. The angle's tight, and he's fired it over the bar. First sight of goal that PSG have had in this second half, a half that has been all about containment. And Ter Stegen didn't have a save to make.
Yeah, you can see why De Jong actually could make a good centre-half, can't you? He reads the play well, he knew where Icardi was going, didn't dive in. Good defending from the young man.
A touch of the Javier Mascherano's about
yes.
in terms of stature for somebody playing in that position, I guess. The ball played through now for Trincao's run, and it's taken a touch off Kimpembe. Well, kind of done. Goal kick has been given rather than a corner.
What you do though, Jim, you lose him out the middle of the park then, don't you? In terms of, that's where I guess he made his name, and he can really have an impact on games. Certainly for a side who's going to boss the ball. He's not going to play at the back, in La Liga. And when you want him to make the difference in a game like this, he's at the back. They need him further forward.
Well, another PSG change is being made, and Marco Verratti is the man who's coming off. Change number 5, we'll see Rafinha, former Barcelona player, coming on. Man who made just short of 100 appearances for Barcelona. Played in the Champions League semi-final with them back in 2015. And both he and his brother going through as things stand. His brother, of course, Thiago Alcantara, who's playing in the heart of the Liverpool midfield today. They're going through 3-0 on aggregate at the moment against Leipzig. 2-0 up tonight. 4-0, I beg your pardon, on aggregate. 2 + 2 is 4, yeah, I remember that now. 4-0 on aggregate. Salah's 25th goal of the season and Mane's 12th of the campaign. And Liverpool are home and hosed. PSG will feel that they are as well. An opportunity for Barcelona to bring the ball forward. We've seen plenty of that in the second half, but we haven't seen a single shot on target from either team in this second period. Trincao trying to rectify that. Little step over came from Mariba. Set up for Griezmann, who from the edge of the D fires it over the bar.
Yeah, no surprise really. I mean, his end product has been so disappointing, Griezmann. Nice little set to him, maybe a little bounce in front, but still he's blasted it. Only from 20 yards out, really. He's got to be hitting the target there, Griezmann, and he's had such a disappointing game. Just hasn't delivered when his side really needed him to.
Well, Mauricio Pochettino looking confident. There were times he was looking a little bit pensive, particularly in the first half, but seemingly pretty happy with life now. Man, as a former Espanyol man, always good to get one over Barcelona. 5 minutes to go. Barca needed a miracle at the start of the night. They need a miracle squared here. Mariba winning it back inside his own half. Pjanic can bring the ball forward. The Bosnian international takes it forward about 10 or 15 yards or so, and then it's played forward by Mariba, the long-legged midfielder, but he's lost out, and Di Maria can then regain possession and bring it forward. Icardi with a layoff. Icardi to Mbappe. Back it goes from him to Danilo Pereira. To his left-hand side for Diallo. Foot comes in from Trincao to steer it away from Diallo, but Pembe will lay it safely back for his goalkeeper, Keylor Navas, who's made 2 absolutely crucial saves tonight, tipping the Dest rising drive onto the bar, and then getting his knee to Messi's penalty, and the crossbar helping him out on that occasion as well. Both of those in the first half. Could have been a different story, but as it is, it's PSG going through pretty serenely as things stand. Pjanic, poor ball, cut out by Dagba. A little back heel flick from Mbappe, gets it back for the full-back. Dagba then turns inside very neatly. He's a player has always looked very comfortable in possession, as does this man Marquinhos, guarding it back to his goalkeeper, and the clearance from Navas out towards the touchline, kept in by one of the Barcelona players who might wish that he hadn't bothered. Rafael's fouled by Pjanic, and it's a free kick which will be taken by PSG. 4 to go. It's 1-1 on the night and 5-2 on aggregate to PSG.
Well, I think certainly if you're Ronald Koeman, it seems like whoever you put on the pitch, it's not really going to help you break down this PSG team. Pjanic comes on, you think, go on, you're brought on to bring that quality, to find a pass, and he tries to feed one out wide. It's under hit. PSG cut it out, and really frustrating it must be for Koeman. I don't know what Lionel Messi thinks, but I don't think the quality in around him is good enough. And despite people say, well, at his age and it's his final game for Barca or whatever, if you want to keep someone like Barca, this is where Van Laporte has really got to say, he's got to sell it to him. Right, I'm going to bring him in. Who do we need? Because he needs better players in and around him. He really does.
Has possession again here, Lionel Messi, his 765th Barcelona appearance. Night that has seen him score his 659th goal for the club. Missing the chance on the spot for goal number 660. Just wonder whether we are in the final 2.5 minutes plus stoppage time of his Barcelona Champions League career. Only time will tell, but is this going to be 149 and out for Messi in this competition in the famous Barcelona shirt? PSG can bring it away, and it'll be brought forward by Di Maria, able to stride past Trincao, but he couldn't find Mbappe. It was a poor attempt to try and find him. It's nothing more than a back pass for Ter Stegen. Mbappe just turns and gives him a little bit of an old-fashioned look, but no harm done. 2 to go. De Jong bringing it forward. Looks as though he's pulled back. The referee agrees as the ball is worked away, and another yellow card is shown.
They've offered nothing second half, PSG, have they? In terms of a forward threat, absolutely nothing. I mean, they look knackered, out on their feet. Done a lot of chasing here, obviously Barca dominating the ball. And when it's turned over, they've not actually wanted the bench for it. I can understand why.
Yeah, not a single shot from them in this second period. It was Icardi, incidentally, that got the caution there. Player who's in the Barcelona youth system until he was 18. Headed forward down the PSG right-hand side. We're in the 90th minute. 1-1 it remains. Here's Clement Longley. 4 from him to De Jong. De Jong, the Dutchman, turning very neatly. He's been able to play it off Rafinha now. When you think of Barcelona's recent eliminations in this competition, it's been a tale of woe by and large. The manner of the defeat to Roma when they lost a 3-goal aggregate lead in the quarterfinals in 2018. Did the same against Liverpool in the semi-finals the following year. 3-0 home win followed by a 4-0 defeat. The utter annihilation against Bayern Munich last year. At least in this second leg, they have been able to save a bit of face after the huge disappointments of the first leg 4-1 defeat at the Camp Nou 3 weeks ago. It's been a better performance from tonight, particularly in the first half. They might still end up losing on the night, though, because Mbappe's got it, and he will run at the edge of the area. He's got past his man, and he's fired it over the bar. Glorious opportunity for PSG to set the seal on it tonight with a 2-1 second leg win. But Mbappe, the man you'd want it to fall to, has fluffed his lines.
Well, brilliant little step over here. He just leaves Longley for dead, and then he crashes this off the bar by the looks of it. Should have scored. That's their only real attacker note in this second half, and I guess, look, he's still full of running, Mbappe.
Well, it is literally their only shot of the second period. Second period in which Barcelona have had 65% of the ball and not really been able to do anything with it. Their chances came frequently and then went in the first half. PSG had to improve after half-time. They've done exactly that, and Barca haven't been able to break down the door. A very substantial door it's been. Strong challenge coming in from Danilo Pereira as we go into 3 minutes of stoppage time. We're almost at the end of the first of those three. Here's Messi again. Low centre of gravity, just trying to work the ball through, couldn't, but Barcelona recycling go the other way, and that's a really poor ball in. Jordi Alba, as soon as he hit it, didn't even turn to see how bad it was. He just turned away and got back in position because he knew that he'd presented it straight to the PSG player. They have it in their right back position, Dagba clearing it, and he's won a goal kick. Oh, he's gone the other way. It's been given as a corner. Dagba can't believe the decision. Hands outstretched, looking at Anthony Taylor. But a corner has been given, and Pjanic will race over to take it. So still time for Barcelona to at least save a little bit of face and win on the night. Ball taken short, far inside the penalty area. Up go the heads, and it's drifted wide now to play for a goal kick. And this one destined to end all square tonight, which is probably just about right.
Yeah, it's a ball I think hit more in hope than anything else there from Lionel Messi. Took the corner short again, as they've done most of the evening, but they haven't ever really looked like scoring. Certainly not from set pieces, or really from intricate play in and around the box. That's, I guess, used to be the greatest strength when you look at Barca down the years, but it's been sorely lacking here, and against a side where you know you will need to be at your best. You know, breaking teams down when they've got a 3-4 goal lead, wherever it is, you know, knowing you're going to have that quality in and around the box, and they just haven't had it.
On the bigger picture, they've got work to do. They are in a rebuilding phase, there's no doubt about that. But assuming that they don't score a late dramatic winner tonight, they will have only won one of the last 10 away ties in the knockout stages of the Champions League, which is a victory at Old Trafford in the quarterfinals back in 2019, a couple of seasons ago. And for a club of Barcelona's stature, that is almost unfathomable, really. They're in possession, as they've been for most of this second half. Frenkie de Jong inside his own half, inside the centre circle. The ball is played to Firpo, back for Messi. Messi's touch turned forward. He gets it back again. Now clips it, left-footed over the top. It's volleyed away. And that is that. Barcelona eliminated from the Champions League in the round of 16. Kylian Mbappe did the damage 3 weeks ago. Inflicted another blow from the penalty spot tonight. And although Lionel Messi scored straight away to get Barcelona back on terms, when he saw a penalty saved in first half stoppage time, Barca's hopes of an extraordinary, miraculous fight back evaporated into the Parisian night sky. Only time will tell whether that was Lionel Messi's last appearance in the Champions League for Barcelona. If it is, he ends with 120 goals in 149 games. He ends with 5 Champions League winners' medals as a Barcelona player. But he ends with Barca, again, eliminated relatively early in the Champions League, much to their frustration. PSG 1, Barcelona 1, 5-2 to the Parisians on aggregate.